Hello beautiful soul, my name is Jackie Lane from peachyhealth.co.uk. I empower women to live juicier lives by choosing self-love on all levels. And today I wanted to talk about my amazement at life and the universe and the world and people and plants and everything. When you're younger, when you're, going through that age where you constantly ask questions and it is constantly why, but why though? But mum, why? Dad, why? Whoever, why? And you just want to know why. Why is that? Why is everything the way it is? Why do I have to do things like that? Why? Well, some of us get to a point where we stop asking that question and we just succumb to what we've been told and we just let that be the way it is. Well, that's just the way it is. I'm not one of those people. I constantly ask the question, why? Well, why is it like that? And how? And who says? And when? And what? I am just so fascinated by this whole universe. I just think it's absolutely insane. It is just, I can't even put into words how I feel about it. Like, I think to myself, what the actual fudge is going on? And I look around me and I just think, what? What? And sometimes, it has led me to feel negative or overwhelmed. And in those times, I just go and connect with nature and I think to myself, well, I am here, this is how it is, and I'm grateful. And I just sort of connect in with the things that I'm grateful for and stuff like that if I do get overwhelmed. But normally I get overwhelmed in a positive way. It's like I'm in awe. It's amazing to me. It's fascinating. And I cannot understand people who just plod along and not question. I can understand them, but I feel like they're missing out because, maybe I won't find all the answers, but it's so much fun looking for the answers, and it's so much fun finding out information that you didn't know before. Maybe I'm just a complete nerd, but I really, really love it. And I was just thinking, okay, I just want to say, my little thought processes and my amazement at things, and just the fact that we're not meat suits, we're not solid. This just fascinates me in itself. Our bodies fascinate me. I cannot believe how complex and intricate and amazing our bodies are, and everything is just functioning without us even really thinking about it. It's not like we're telling our heart to pump or we're not telling our nerves. It's just happening. When I studied biology, biochemistry, biomedicine at college, I was pretty much the only student who didn't know anything about this stuff. There may have been a couple of others, but a lot of people on the course that I did were either already done a biochemistry degree, or they were a nurse or a doctor, or I don't know, there's lots of people who already had a basic understanding of the body, like anatomy, physiology, pathology, pathophysiology, biochemistry and all that. I hadn't got a clue about any of this, and when I learned this stuff, I was literally sat there catching flies. Every lecture I was just like, what? Oh my gosh, seriously? This is what goes on in your cells, in your one tiny little cell, like the mitochondria of a cell. What the hell? I remember seeing an animation about it and I was just like, what? And then not only that, but the fact that, okay, we are made up of loads of bacteria and water, and it's like are we actually even really human when we're not just this one thing? We're made up of lots of tiny little things, and on an even smaller level, it's like atoms and particles and energy, and then dark matter. Basically, the majority of everything is made up of stuff that we don't even know what it is. What the hell? So anybody who says that, like, science is the only way, and, like, I'm not saying science isn't amazing, because obviously it is, but I'm just saying, like, we can only understand things from our perspective as human. We can only perceive things through through our senses and our own perspective as a human. Like, this is just so tiny in the grand scheme of things, and even though, like I was saying, we're humans, we are miracles, we are amazing. Like, look at us, look what we're made up of and how our body functions and our brains and how sophisticated that is. We are miracles. I'm not trying to invalidate that, but I'm just saying we're just like one tiny little aspect of a miracle, and there's just so much more that we don't even understand. Like, the fact that we go to sleep at night, we go to sleep for like 8 hours. Well, for me it's, yeah, 8.5 hours for me at night, and we shut our eyes and we go to sleep. Doesn't anybody else find this just bizarre, that we go to sleep and then we have dreams and stuff, and then a lot of the time we don't really remember them, and sometimes we do remember them and they're really intense or like just strange, and it's just mental that I don't know, that we have to like eat and sleep and excrete and it's just bizarre. This whole world is just crazy, it's insane, and I've just been thinking a lot about it recently. And there's Joe Rogan, who is, oh, I can't remember, he's like, was he a commentator for a fighting channel or something? Anyway, he is into like psychedelics and stuff like that, and I've just been listening to some of his podcasts and things, and he cracks me up so much because his childlike awe in the world and the universe is just like me, and I listen to him and I just think, oh my god, that's exactly how I feel sometimes. I'll just be like, what the hell is this? What is it? It's mental. And you just think, like, out in space, we're just this one little tiny planet within this galaxy, within this universe. And now, like, I was listening to Joe Rogan and he was saying about how now, and I've read this anyway, they believe that within every single black hole that there's another universe, right? A whole other universe. Like, whoa. So we're just this tiny little planet in this galaxy, and there's multiple galaxies here, and every galaxy has got a black hole, and they're saying that in every black hole there's another universe with multiple galaxies with black holes. It's infinite. It is never ending. It never began. It's never going to end. Or maybe it will. Who knows? But the fact is, no one actually knows for sure what the hell this is. No one knows. And that may sound really scary to some people, but to me it's really exciting, and it gives us, I believe it gives us the opportunity to create our lives. I just find it fascinating. I find nature unbelievably fascinating. Just trees and plants and animals and just all of it. It's so beyond our comprehension, really. We only know so much, and it's not that much. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not that much. And I cannot believe that some people don't think that there are other beings and aliens and things like that. They're just thinking based on mainstream science, but science doesn't have all the answers. It's just part of the answer. And when people say, oh, there's no such thing as God, I know that people are thinking of God in a religious sense. They're thinking of God as a man in the sky that's judging you, or thinking of like multiple gods or whatever. They're thinking of a religious God. But I think of God as consciousness. I think of God as energy, as consciousness. So considering we only know a tiny, tiny little amount, who's to say that this dark matter that we don't know what it is isn't where the consciousness is? And really, when you tap into this, when you tap into this energy, it's just unbelievable what happens in your life when you have a faith in that energy and that you trust in it and you go with it and you let it guide you because it's there. And I know so many people think I'm crazy for thinking this, or think that I've turned into some hippie, or that I've become religious. It's not like that. It is spiritual. It's not religious. But I just want to say, like, please just be open-minded, because we only know a tiny, tiny amount of what is really out there and what we're really made of and what this is all really about. And there's so many different conflicting views, and some people believe in Christianity, some people are Buddhist, some people are Hindu, Muslim, some people are just scientific and they don't see anything else. Some people are spiritual, some people believe that we are an experiment and we're made by aliens, some people believe all different things, and I'm just saying, really, we don't know. We actually don't know. You only know things through your experience, and you can only experience things if you open up to those experiences. So if you are closed-minded and you don't let any other thing in, then you're not going to have that experience. So that will be your truth, because you're not even allowing yourself to expand in that way. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying, look, we know nothing. I know nothing. We don't know that much. So we know a lot. We know a hell of a lot. We are amazing, clearly, but we don't know shit.